Yes, we can.
Yeah. Hi, people. How are you? I'm really sorry for 2 minutes of delay. I was actually attending another webinar. I was there was another webinar probably I was attending. So I'm really sorry for the delay. So I hope you guys are staying safe and specifically under this pandemic situation. I hope you all are safe and are right now eager to talk about more related to your startups and all. So I had a very good session right now, last session with the GTU guys, and I hope that I will have a greater session with Mfl Educlub guys. And I would really, like to thanks the team of Mfl Educlub. That it was, it's a pleasure to have, pleasure to get associated with you guys and be a speaker or a mentor, basically I can say, on your platform. So thank you so much, guys, for the invitation. I hope it will be a fruitful session. Guys, just one very important stuff which I would like to say before we start the basically the session. That is, please, it's a request. I really want it to be an interactive session. I'm not here with any kind of presentation. I'll give you the presentation. I have made it particularly for you. I can give you, but I won't give you. But I will not show it to you during this session. I want it to be more of, it should be a two-way session. It should be an interactive session. So it's a request, guys, that interact with me as much as possible. Talk to me about your startups. Talk to me about your ideas. Talk to me about your problems, challenges you are going through. So that I can help you with that. And I promise that we together can actually go and make your startups a very viable startup. And I'm here to learn as well. I'm not here to just give you the gyan kind of thing. I'm not at all that kind of a person who will just keep on saying things. So it's just a request. If I'm asking few questions, you interact with me. You whatever problems, whatever challenges you have, you just let me know, and I promise I'll try my best to help you with the my expertise or my knowledge with I'm coming from. So sure, guys, I'll move on to the next, probably the next steps. Yes, good afternoon. Fine, sir. Thank you. Yes, I have gone through the, chats and all. I'm also, so my chat, box is open. So you can definitely, wherever you have a problem, you can, just write down into the chat, and I promise I'll just try to answer the query. Okay, great. So I got few of the topics from the organizing committee, and the session basically will be divided into few of the topics. That is why validation of your idea is important. How to get help from government agencies or the incubation centers. What challenges will you face while starting up your startup, and how to face it, right? These are really amazing questions. And then there is Prachurai Rai, who has asked that how to build initial team. Guys, just let me start, and then definitely side by side I'll ask questions, and then probably answer those questions as well. So first I'll like to go through first topic of the day, that is why validation of your idea is important. Guys, I'll tell you one very important figure. If you will ask me, there is a figure named as like why startup needs to do the market research before they are actually going to start their startup. I'll tell you why. What is the current number in India that the startups are starting up their businesses? That is, every day approximately around 198 to 200 startups are starting their own venture every day, whether they have registered or whether they are starting. These are the numbers from basically very many people have actually set it. So 200 startups are born every day in India, and how many startups are failing in India? That is around 190 per day. If 200 startups are starting their venture, 190 are failing, you can understand what is the percentage of the successful startups. It's only 2%, 3%. That is like shit, you know and why these startups are failing. And we need to identify that. If Out of 200 startups, 190 startups are failing. Why? So we need to understand the procedure and the theory behind it. It's because we are not able to do the market research properly. And how you can, research about the market is by validating your idea, and before that, by validating the problem you are trying to solve with your idea. Okay, so I'll just tell you two important aspects that no idea starts without identifying a problem. More than 90% of the ideas, the successful ideas in this world are actually solving a problem. You can take example of any startup, whether it's the Oyo Rooms, whether it's the Flipkart, whether it's the Snapdeals, whether it's Byju's, whether it's Zomato, Swiggy. You talk about any startup, they are actually solving a problem, a particular problem, right? So you need to first identify what is the problem out there into the market and how we can actually solve it. So for example, let's just give you an example. So I'm coming from Delhi. Okay, before this pandemic situation arose, there was a lot of problem about air pollution, right? So there is air pollution problem is going on, right? But and if I am an inventor, or if I am a scientist and I want to do something to solve the problem of air pollution, I need to understand that each and every person is actually facing a problem of air pollution or not, right? So if I am facing the problem of air pollution, it doesn't mean that other people are not facing or other people are facing. I need to actually talk to the people out there. So you just take a, make a Google form and go and talk to the people out there into the market. And those should be unknown people, okay? Not your friends, not your relatives. You talk to 100 unknown people about, whether you are actually solving, whether air pollution or not. I know it might sound stupid that yes, there is a problem of air pollution. Everyone knows about it. Then why should I, talk to the people? But it doesn't matter. I'll tell you why it is important, to talk about the problems and ask the people out there whether it's a whether this is a major problem or not. So out of 100 people, let's just say only 95% of the people are saying that yes, there is a problem, right? Five people are saying that it's not a problem because I'm already smoking, so my lungs are already harming, so it doesn't matter if there is air pollution or not. I'm already breathing bad air, and my lungs are already bad, so I don't care. So you got an analysis that 95 people are facing air pollution problems, or 5% of people are not caring about it, right? So you have first figure of 95 people that yes, 95 people has accepted a problem, which problem you are trying to solve. Okay, so just keep that 95 figure mark with you. And just to give you a generic example, so there will be, you just note down if you have any notebooks or something like that, that out of 100 people, at least 80 people should say yes, you are solving a right problem. There is a problem, there is a need of a solution of this problem. Okay, like for example, again, this situation we are talking about, coronavirus, it's a big problem worldwide, right? If you ask anyone, there would be 100 out of people that would be saying that you need to come up with an innovative solution or a vaccine or something like that, which can actually solve this pandemic problem. But definitely you can actually just market survey it, and you should have analysis of 80 plus people who have accepted your problem. Okay, before validation, your idea validation, you should validate your problem which you are trying to solve. Now coming into the idea validation, if I talk about the idea validation thing, this is again very interesting number. I have spoken to more than 40,000 entrepreneurs since last 5 years or so, I can say. And this is again a data analytics which I have actually measured, that if out of 100 people, 80 people have accepted your problem, you go on to the next step, you talk about the idea, and you talk about the idea to again those 100 people, that you have only told that there are, this is a problem which you are facing. Now how can I actually solve it, right? And now you are going back with the solution to those people. They'll definitely, you will have some reactions from them. If you would say, this idea won't work, because they are afraid of innovative things. Few problem are very few problems are there that few will say basically that your idea is really good, but what is your idea's cost, you might say that, the cost of this idea is 100 rupees. Let's just say X figure, right? 100 rupees. So they will say, okay, 100 rupees for this solution, it's quite expensive. I'm not going to buy it, right? So what you can say, you you will have a proper data analytics, and trust me guys when I say this figure, that out of 100 people, survey people, 20 to 30% of people should accept your idea. Then only you can go on and start your startup. Until unless there is a validation happened on your problem, until unless there is a validation happened on your idea, your startup, I'm sorry to say, but won't succeed, because market adaptability, market acceptance is not there. So this is again a very, very important, that yes, market validation will be divided into two things. One is problem validation, the other is idea validation. If you have done both the things, then I can assure you that your chances for success, being a successful startup, is more rather than not able to succeed as a startup. So that is again a very important thing. And I'll just go on to the chat, guys. If you have any queries regarding problem validation or idea validation, you can definitely ask me, because this is not a theory. We have actually tried it in a practical way, and it has actually given us a lot of successfuls. For example, I'll give you one example of my startup whom I'm mentoring since 1.5 years. I'll tell you, I have actually asked them to travel to different four cities. There are four founders. They have traveled to different four cities. They have actually went out to talk to around more than 200 people, and they have now their market survey. And they are now doing, they are generating revenue of more than 5 lakh rupees. So before they started their startup, I made them say that, okay, you go and research about the market. You talk to people out there, understand what is their mindset, and then definitely you can go on to the next step. And now I can actually give their details. They are using wonderful thing, right? Okay, so first question which I'll answer is that one person have asked, I'm going to start my personal financial planning firm as recession is on the way. It's way want to help it for the health and for money. What should I keep in mind, and how government can help me, and what are the key points? Akash, I'll just get back to you with the exactly how you can approach the government and how you can help them. And then from Chandan Kumar to all panelists, use flashy taxi, sir. Okay, we will definitely do that. How do financial mapping for startup? Financial mapping, okay. See, financial mapping depends again on the market survey you have. If your product is adapted in a very good way, you can definitely ask the survey the market that this is my product. This is 100 people have actually people are my product is costing around 100 rupees, whether you will buy it or not. And if they say no, this is very costly, few will say that this is not that costly, I can buy it. And as I told you, if out of 100 people 30 people are accepting your um, your idea, then probably go ahead. Because why there is a reduced number of accepting your idea? Because there are people who are afraid of innovations. There are people, and in India there are people who are afraid of spending money on an unimagined product or unimagined service. So definitely there is the financial mapping of your startup depends more on the market analysis you will do. So Steve Jobs always said market research it's not necessary if you have a great vision. Then how he was validating? Uh, See, Steve Jobs is absolutely right. Market research is not necessary if you have a great vision. Yes, you should have a great vision, but you should have market adaptation things as well, in hand. It's saying things, because he's at that level. Saying things are easier said than it's done. So it's just a request. I'll say I'll be on the ground and I'll say that what's harm in not doing the market research. If you'll do the market research, you will obviously succeed. So don't worry about it. If you want to go on to Sir Steve Jobs theory, you can definitely go on. But this is my practical experience, which I have gone through, and probably my own 21 startups whom I have mentored, they have gone through. So I can definitely say that they have been successful, and they are now definitely giving results into the industry. So you can definitely go on and talk to those startups as well, that how they have done. So market research is very, very important. Minimum viable product, I think, is better than MVP, minimum viable validated product. Yes, thank you, Chandan. You have actually said this right, that if you have a minimum viable product, then you should actually validate that product, which will be better than your own MVP. MVP is better than MVP. Absolutely right. What skills do we need before starting a startup? No skills. Ayush, no skills you need to have before starting. You may be good at one thing, you may be bad at another thing. It doesn't matter. The only one thing which you should have, that is probably not a skill, I'll say. That is just one thing, that is your heart should say that yes, I want to start a startup. I want to be a successful startup. That is the only thing you should have it in your mind. If you don't have that, then probably the zeal should be there to become an entrepreneur. If you think that because there will be, I'll tell you, starting up a startup, it's not easy. There will be people who won't support you. There will be your family members. You won't get funds easily. There will be a lot of challenges. 90% challenges you will face while starting up a startup. But just imagine about the 10%. If you succeed, then imagine, world will be at your, feet, and they will be just going down, and, you will be the king. Steve Jobs, Ritesh Agarwal, the Bansals, they are all, even the Ambanis, they are entrepreneurs, right? And they are doing a wonderful job at the moment as being an entrepreneur. The world the world is actually at their feet. So you need to understand that why entrepreneurship is necessary, and why being an entrepreneur, why being a successful entrepreneur can give you. Okay. So one question I have, people are asking me is, I started to work on traveling business idea. What will be the growth of traveling business after COVID-19? Uh, if you are into traveling business sector, yes, once this COVID-19 is over, for 6 months to 1 year, probably I can say the travel industry won't be at that much high. But suddenly, once the vaccine is made, and once the pandemic situation is over, I can tell you there will be a boom in the traveling industry. Trust me, because everyone will like to go move out of their houses, and they would like to travel to different locations. So definitely you can start working on your travel business idea right now. Do all the paperwork, do all your market research, make your website, make your product. I can tell you, sky will be the limit for you once this situation is over, because everyone will be looking to travel. How should I do market research if my product is meant for a certain group of consumers? Market research can be done with those group of consumers only, right? So you can talk to those consumers only. See, guys, if you're talking about your idea to anyone, don't worry, your idea won't get copied. It doesn't matter on your idea how good your idea or how good your idea is not. It matters on the execution. Your idea can be just as simple as helping the startups with online delivery services, but what delivery services, how you are executing it, that matters. So you can talk to the people out there, and you can definitely talk about to those group of consumer. Your video is paused, I think so. I'm sorry if my video was paused. MBP, Some, it's not MB, not B for ball, it's V. Okay. V for violet, I can say, or V for van or something. V. Okay. V means viable product. So MVVP means minimum viable validated product. Okay. So most of my friends say that startup need to have a really good financial condition. Is this the need? I'm sorry, your friends are absolutely wrong. It doesn't matter that it doesn't matter whether you have money into your pocket or not. If you have the zeal, if you have a good idea, if you have a good product, if you have done the market's research, if you have done the market survey, I can frankly tell you, you will make money. Even if you have 0 rupees in your pocket, you can easily make money. But the only thing that depends is the zeal, and what would you like to do in life if you want to become an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter whether you are in a good financial condition or not. Frankly, to become an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. Trust me when I say this, I have gone through the same procedure. I am from cosmetic industry. So what will I do after COVID-19? You are from cosmetic industry. Cosmetic industry, whether in the pandemic situation or not, or even after the pandemic situation, again, cosmetic industry is one of the best industries to make money. So you can easily make money, once the COVID-19 is over. So me and my friend, we started a kind of startup unregistered. We have your own website. We have a plan and a vision. What should be our next step? Secondly, we don't have initial funds for survey or marketing. How we can raise funds or have that funds? Pratik, guys, before I'll just go and talk about the other questions which you have said. I'll go and talk about the topic which the organizers are given me. That is how to get help from the government agencies and incubation center. Guys, this is very important. Pratik, I'll specifically tell you, and the other people who are looking to raise some funds or are they want the help from the government. Guys, I can I have worked with governments. I have worked directly, indirectly with Startup India. I have worked with different governments as well. I am a registered mentor with 5 different state governments, and I can frankly tell you, government is doing so many things for you guys. It's just maybe lack of awareness or maybe lack of enthusiasm from your end is not basically you are able to I can say give the right get the right set of inputs. So probably I can say what you can do is you can approach the state governments first. So for example, let's just say you are based out of Odisha. Okay, so there is a website named as startukodisha.gov.in. You can definitely go on there. Okay, register about your startup, register about your idea. You can wait for at least 2 weeks or 3 weeks or time. You will definitely hear something from the Odisha government. And then what you can actually have it as that you will get monthly allowance of rupees 20,000. If you are approved startup from the government of Odisha, you will get 20,000 as a monthly allowance from the government. And in return, they would be asking for zero equity. They would be asking for zero what I can say zero money from your end. They won't be asking anything. In fact, they would be giving you in return. It's just that they want you to be registered under their program. So again, 20,000, it's a great monthly allowance. Probably I can say you would be getting 2,40,000 as year per annum. So definitely you can go on and register with your state governments. And if you are from any other state, for example, I have worked closely with Himachal government. If you are from 1% from Himachal, they give 25,000 rupees as monthly allowance. So you can definitely go and talk to the state government agencies. They will definitely help you with that. Yes, I can understand state governments might give you money little late, but they will definitely help you a lot with your probably I can say with the money, with with your initial step of funding, if I say so. So that is again very very important. Okay. Okay, I have so many questions right now. Probably I can say I can answer. uh, is it good to register a company at the very start stage? Yes, it is very important, Govin, to register your startup, because you can then get avail the benefits from the state government or either from the central government. Should I be worried about my idea being copied? No, Keshav, you shouldn't worry about your idea getting copied. Yes, if you have a product, you can patent it, but your idea cannot get copied easily. Trust me when I say this, your idea cannot get copied easily. It's just about the execution. If you have told your idea to around 10 people, the 10 people execution will be different of the same idea, and your idea's execution will be different. So don't worry about it. You can actually see there are a lot of differences. See, Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, these three startups, these three startups are somewhat similar, but again, their execution is different. That's why Amazon has a different standard, Flipkart has a different standard, Snapdeal has a different standard, right? So you shouldn't worry about your idea. Okay, is it suggested to pursue MBO before having startup for learning management skills? No, it's not necessary, Pratyusha, to have MBA. MBA is an advantage, but we have seen that there are dropouts who have become a successful entrepreneurs. Ritesh Agarwal of Oyo Rooms is one of the best examples, I can say. He's a dropout. He's not an MBA. He's not a college graduate, but still people are respecting him. People are regarding him. So it doesn't matter, your education qualification doesn't matter. If you have a good mindset, if you can actually do a wonderful job an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter about your qualifications. Is there any idea about how these two things can be carried out for education fields, like how to find those 100 students and their opinion? See, students mindset are very simple. You can talk to any set of number of students, and once you will talk to the 100 students out there, they will definitely solve your problem, or your they will actually help you with your solution. So how to find co-founders and made a team, especially the tech guy. uh, this is Govind, a very interesting question. Thank you for asking me this. Yes, how to find co-founders is a very, very tedious task and very difficult task, because I have felt, and I have felt it by by asking the startups whom I'm mentoring. Your best friends cannot be the best co-founders, and your best co-founders cannot be your best friends. Remember that. It's a very proven theory. So it your co-founders cannot be your best friends, and your best friends cannot be your co-founders. Note that theory into your mind, because I'll tell you why. Your best friend is best friend. He'll help you emotionally, but he might not be able to help you financially. So then there can be a problem, during a startup. So finding right set of co-founder is very, very important. You need to understand that whether the other person can help you with your venture or not, in terms of maybe financially, in terms of as you asked in the technical guy. If there is a technical guy, I'll say probably go for a full stack developer as a co-founder, because he will be able to help you with everything, whether it's a website development or it's an application development or something on those lines. Which all types of startups can succeed in, which our government can help. Any type of startup you are starting up, the government can help you, any type. And yes, again, if you are solving a problem, there will be support. You will be backed by government, that is for sure, I can tell you. So market is changing day by day, even in each second, and each and every market is changing. So what is the main thing which we have to consider for the future forecasting of our venture? See, yes, market is changing. The market validation. Today what you will validate into the market, probably after 10 months, the market doesn't remain the same way. The trends would be changing. Even the trends, if the trends are changing today, I can tell you, during this pandemic situation, the online games, okay, the online softwares, for example Zoom, they are getting a lot of support because of this situation. It's a blessing in disguise for them. The online games, they are doing wonderful job. But it doesn't matter, maybe after 1 month or so, because they have, because we are so habitual to play games. For example, if I talk about PUBG, we are so habitual to play these games, right? The PUBG, or maybe today's trending times, Ludo, that maybe after, once the pandemic situation is over, maybe the lockdown is lifted up, we still will play that, because we are now habitual to use that. Raghav Gupta, how to manage both studies and startup? See, you study probably. I doubt that if you are a college student, you will be studying a lot. But if you are studying, it's great. You can, you can divide your day into three parts. That 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of studies, and 8 hours of focusing on your startup. So you have 24 hours. You can divide it into three parts, right? I have nothing to offer to my staffs right now, then how to hire them? You have one very important thing to give it to the your co-founders. That is equity. People are not aware about equity right now. Equity means the stakes of your company. You can actually sell that stakes to you know you can ask that join my platform. So for example, let's just say that you are a founder from, and you have a background of financial experience. You are a CA, but you don't know how to, be technically strong. You don't know how to develop a website. So you can actually ask, any friend or any, known personality who you think is a very good technology person. You can ask them that, join me, and we can, dilute our equity like 50-50%. We can, be into that, and all 60% founder I will be. And because it's my idea, because I'm coming from this background, I've done this things, 40% you take the stakes. And why stakes are very important? Just imagine after 3 years down the line, your valuation of your startups is 100 crores. So you can just give out the figure that just imagine if our startup valuation, if you're talking to your co-founder or your soon to be co-founder, you can actually tell them, and you can actually sell your stakes. Stakes is very important, guys. It won't give the benefit right now, but after 2 years down the line, it will definitely give, if you are doing it on a great way. So we all have that. We will have to face this offensive society and family as well. So how we can face such kind of obstruction in a way? See, you will definitely. There are a lot of people criticizing. There will be people who will criticize a lot, a lot, a lot. But you can take that criticism in a very positive way. Behind every successful man, I can say there is a lot of criticism behind it, right? So you can actually take that criticism in a very positive way, and you can definitely focus more on your startup. And once you will be successful, the criticizing thing will change into a clapping thing. So definitely, at start, everyone will criticize, but you just focus on your startup. And when you will have the support from the government side, when you will have support from your mentor side, when you will have support from an investor side of things, the society will, they will have finger on their lips. So don't worry about it. Okay. How we can find incubators and how we can approach them. See, finding incubators, again, it's very necessary. You can go on to your state government. They have registered on their incubators, so you can definitely approach them. They have their email IDs. You can just write it in whichever state you are. For example, you are in West Bengal, you can just write down incubators in West Bengal, top incubators in West Bengal, and you will see a lot of list in that incubation centers. So you can definitely mail them about your startup, and they will definitely get back to you. Launching a product in the market would face a lot of competition from similar ideas. How to ensure its success? See, again, launching a product, Satya Prakash, there will be competitors. There will always be competitors. Even if you have a unique product, there will be competition. Not right now, maybe after 1 year down the line and with better feature. But again, you need to understand that how market is adapting to that product. See, again, I'll tell you one a very important case study. There was Paytm in 2010-11. There was Freecharge in 2010-11. They both were doing the same thing, Paytm and Freecharge. They were actually, the people were using that platform to more or less recharge your telephone bills, or basically pay your telephone bills. That's it, nothing else. But Paytm has accepted many of the market trends which is going on. So they have created Paytm Mall. Okay, they have created a Paytm, a bank, a virtual bank. So probably they are going on with the trends. So how you go on with the trends of the market trends going on, that depends on your startup idea. Okay, if you can go on with the market trends, you will definitely succeed, and it will give you a better advantage of your competitors. Okay, I just executed. It's always said that if you have a good product, then you need not to advertise it. Is it so? No. Frankly, advertisement is very important. Marketing is very important. Even if you have a unique product, if you are not able to advertise it, I'm really sorry, you won't attract many of the eyeballs out there. Okay, so if you have a great product, you advertise it, you market it out. Maybe it can be a paid marketing, maybe it can be indirectly a paid marketing, or it can be just free of marketing. You are just going on and talking about your product, giving interviews online, talking to the people out there, reaching out. Because again, word of mouth, or I can say word of mouth is a very strong marketing thing which can happen. So that's a free marketing. If you are telling your friend that I have this innovative thing, is the friend will say another good things about your product into the market, right? So again, if you have heard about the Chinese whisper, that if I'll say one thing, the other will say another thing, the another will say another thing. So you can actually just tell about your product into the market, and word of mouth is a very important aspect of marketing. So advertising, it definitely is a very necessary. And if you want to do paid marketing, then you can definitely do paid marketing as a digital marketing concept. So you can definitely do that. Okay, how to contact government to present. Okay, guys, because I saw many important questions regarding the government. How to approach the government, probably. How the government can help you. Why government initiatives are better. So guys, I'll tell you one very important aspect which I have seen, because most of the questions from you guys are coming who are at the ideation stage, or maybe at the prototype stage, right? Why government can help you better way than any other private player in at the start is because government won't expect anything from you. Government doesn't expect at the very start. They want to grow, because again, why government wants to help you, because if you are, let's just say, if you are making a startup, you are providing jobs, and once you are providing jobs into the state or into your own city, then obviously state governments will try to help you more, so that more and more jobs can be come into your city, your state. And that's how the government can earn their money. So they don't earn directly, they don't ask for any money upfront. They will obviously ask money indirectly as taxes, but that is again how the government earns, how the government runs their startup policy. So every state government has their own startup policy. You can actually go, you can just write down, if for example you are from West Bengal, you can write down startup West Bengal. If you are from Odisha, you can write it down as Startup Odisha. The first link probably you will get the startupodisha.gov.in. Okay, if you are from Startup Himachal, you can just write down Google Startup Himachal. You will get the Startup Himachal website link, startuphimachal.hp.gov.in. So every state nowadays have a startup policy. Like for example, Startup Gujarat. Okay, so this is very, very important that you go to the government website and register your idea with them. Wait for 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, if there is something, there is a feedback from the state government, then it's really great, because they will definitely help you to scale up your startup. If they are giving a negative feedback, then probably go back, work on your startup, work on your presentation again, and then go to the state government portal. So going to government's portal will help you a lot. Okay, and not in terms of just as a mentorship experience, they will help you financially as well. As I said, as I have given the example of Odisha government, they are giving you 20,000 rupees as sustenance allowance, which is more than enough. You can understand, you can do a lot of things with 20,000. You can register a company under 10,000. Okay, a website can be made under 20,000. Okay, you can do a lot of things under 20,000. You can actually create a website, an application, a proper startup, I can say, under 2,40,000 rupees in total in 1 year. So going to the government is a very important thing at the very start. And then probably you can so once you are out of that government process, once you are out of an incubation center, so government doesn't help you financially. What they do is, for example, I'll tell you one example of how the Startup Himachal government works. Okay, once you register your idea at the government's portal, state government's portal, what they will do is they will ask you for this pre-screening. You will go and give your presentation to the screening committee over there. If they register your startup, if they say that your startup is great, your startup idea, only I'm talking about idea, your startup has been accepted, then what they will do is they will send your idea to an incubation center. So every state so yeah, sorry, got a call. So every incubation center has few sorry, every state startup governments have few incubation centers registered with them. So for example, Startup Gujarat has more than 100 incubation centers. Startup Odisha has more than 8 incubation centers. Startup Himachal has more than 10 incubation centers registered with them. So you can definitely, you will be sent to those incubation centers. And once that incubation center is there, okay, you can actually, they will help you with the product development. They will help you with the product viability. They will give you one mentor. They will assign you one mentor who will help you with all the developments, that is of free of cost. Okay, and once you are out of the product development stage, when you once you're out of your ideation stage, then what you can do is then you can go on to the private ecosystem players, from, or probably to the angel investors, to the private venture capitalist firms, private equity firms. Then you can ask that, okay, I've made my product is ready. I am into the market. I'm having just revenue of, let's just say, 50,000 rupees per month. Now you go on to the venture capitalist firm and ask them that I want funds of 1 crore rupees. Okay, I want funds of 5 crore rupees. Then it makes much more sense. And obviously venture capitalists, angel investors, they would also like to invest in your startups once you have some revenue. So at the very start, your every entrepreneur or every aspiring entrepreneur has one thing that, I don't have finances, or sir, if you give me finances, I'll help, I'll definitely grow this product. See, financials are necessary, but it's not the best thing. That if you don't have finances, you cannot grow your startup. It doesn't matter. Okay, So financial help you would be getting from the governments. Yes, the process will be slow, but you can definitely ask at the very start from the government to help you with that. And once you have started to make revenue, then there is no way back. Okay, and I'll tell you one more example of VC firm. You would be knowing what is a venture capitalist firm. So please don't go and actually at the very start, once you have idea, even if you are generating revenue and you are thinking now let's go on to the venture capitalist firm. See, probably I'm sorry if there is some representative of VC firm over here, but according to me, VC firms are not venture capitalist firms; they are vultures. Okay, and you go to vultures but not at the start. Okay, they will eat you. They will eat you like anything. They will actually, and they won't also prefer you guys at the start, that you are just starting, and why should we invest into your startup? Why should we give you 1 CR or $1 million? Why should we invest into your startup? You are just starting. So at the start, this is very, very important. Go to the competitions, go to the events, go to the startup events happening across country. Take money, take grants from the startup ecosystem players, take grants from the governments. At the start, you should focus more on these, and then probably go on to the venture capitalists, private equity firms, angel investors. Once you have your startup is at a good level, because why the most of the venture capitalist firms or angel investors go on and take your equity. So again, joining the dots, I'll say that don't give equity just like anything, that equity giving equity is easy. Giving equity is not at all easy. Trust me, guys. I'll say equity. You won't even understand how equity is very, very important. Even if you give 0.1% equity at the start, you and after 2 years down the line or after 3 years down the line, your valuation of the company is 1 CR. You can understand, giving 0.1% to an angel investor or to a person or to an identity can make you cost so much. So please, it's a request. Don't go for angel investors at start. Okay. So I'll just go on to the open questions. Which all types of startups can succeed and which government can help? How to do marketing? I have given those questions, most of the questions. Okay, sir, any about how these two things can be carried out, or like how do those, I want to start a parking. Okay, there is a question. I want to start a parking facility in the cities where traffic police sees people bike or car from the roadside. So I want to solve this by giving parking facilities. Try to make an app. It will be very expensive. So what should I do? See, making an app is very expensive. I completely understand. But what you can actually do is you can definitely make a app framework. Okay, and that framework you can take it to the government with a proper business model, and you can just say that I want to make an app, but unfortunately I don't have funds of let's just say 3 lakh rupees. How can I actually make an application of 3 lakhs? So please help me with this. But I have got the idea, I have the business model with me, I have done my market research, I have the full framework of how the application will run. So I can trust you and I can lay a bet on this. The government will help you on this with the financials. But again, it depends, and because you are solving a problem of a parking facility, which is a problem from the government side of things, so they will definitely invest heavily into your startup. Okay, then there was, if we have only an idea but any resources to create them, we can prepare a presentation, show it to Startup India. Will they consider? I'm talking about just the idea without any resources. Yes, if you just have an idea, um, yes, if you have just an idea, you can definitely, go on and, send your presentation to the Startup India. They will definitely help you. Startup India helps with the ideation startups as well. It doesn't matter if you don't have a product or a website ready to it. So don't worry about it. Any other question, guys? There are many interesting questions coming up. I'll definitely, love to answer your questions more. As I told you that I really, want to help you regarding, the questions. So please ask me a lot of questions. I would definitely, want to answer it. Okay, what is your opinion? How we can win public confidence on our new services? Should provide offline assistant be a good step? Satya Prakash, I'm sorry, I didn't actually, get exactly launching product. See, Satya Prakash, what is my opinion on the public confidence? Again, public confidence happens more on face to face. It doesn't happen just like that. That you are going and talking to people out there. On the phone. On the phone, people won't entertain you. But when you're face to face, there will be a built-up confidence. Okay, and building up a people confidence, it depends on your skills, your efforts, your ideas, validation, market adaptability, and probably I can say your um, what I can say, more of more or less I can say, probably your convincing part. Again, if you want public to adapt your idea, then probably you need to be have a very good convincing more of less I can say convincing part. You know, and then I have my startup related to fast food industry. Does government have some policies for it? Because everywhere I see, I find all the startups policies related to IT sector. uh, Keshav, yes, definitely there are food policies available as well. You can talk to any when you will go to food and agriculture policy, there is in every state there is a food and agriculture state startup policy. So you can definitely go on there, and you can ask the government that what are the incentives. I'm not sure, so I cannot probably give you the answer for what are the incentives for the food state policy, but yes, there are incentives, so don't worry. You can definitely just google it, that whatever state you are in, you can just write down that. Let's just say you are in maybe Punjab, so you can just write it down as food state policy Punjab. So there will be a PDF opening, and you can definitely see what are the incentives for that. Okay, so now we can make pitch deck, and what should it must contain. Guys, what I'll do is I have a presentation ready with me. I'll definitely, share a presentation with you guys, after once this webinar is over. I'll share with the MFL Edu Club, and you can, go through that presentation. It's a very interesting, presentation that exactly, how you can, create your PPT. So creating a PPT is very, very important, because that is how you will be able to convince the people out there. So I'll tell you one very brief theory that how exactly you can create a a presentation. So the presentation should contains few of the things, like first, that what is the problem or what is the opportunity. So what is the problem you're trying to solve, and if you're not trying to solve a problem, let's just say you are just making an application which will be like a gaming application or a software application, that the people can make, then people can enjoy their time, pass their time. This is an opportunity, right? So what is the problem you're solving, or what is an opportunity? So you can note down that the first slide should contain this. Okay, then the second, which will be the slide will be what is the business model. Okay, business model will contains again numerous slides, that what are the financial projections, what is the market size. And if you have done, as I said, you should do market research. You can write down the market analysis research on that presentation, and you can definitely write that in your pitch deck as well, that what is the market validation report says. Okay, what is the market size of the product, what is the industry size you are catering into. Okay, what are the financial implications, uh, what are the cost, will what you will be looking at. For example, if you are making a, let's just say, a robot. Okay, so what is the manufacturing cost, or what is the prototype cost you have incurred right now till date. So you can definitely break up that cost as well into several parts, right? So you can do that as well, and then the last would be more, the last slide would be about your team, that what is the size of your team, where they are coming from, and what skills they have. Like for example, I'll say, Akarshan is a CEO and a founder, and the skills he has is, these are the skills. He's coming from entrepreneurial background, or he's a graduate from, or a postgraduate from X and Y university. So definitely you can write it down in the team structure as well, and you can tell about their achievements, what they have done in their personal life, because it gives an extra advantage when when you go to talk to investors, or maybe the government people out there, or maybe anyone else who are ready to invest into your project. So do remember, your pitch deck should contain first page, obviously, title of your startup. The second and the third page should contain what is the problem you're solving and how you are solving. okay, or what is the opportunity you have seen and how you have seen it. Okay, then the fourth and fifth and sixth slide should be about your business model. What is the business model? How big is the market? What is your market analysis says? And what is your market adaptation services? Okay, what is the cost you are incurred till now, and what do you think in future for the next 2 years? What is your plan? You can definitely insert in these things into your presentation. And the last slide would be the eighth or ninth slide you can say would be about your team. So guys, it's a request, don't make presentation of more than 10 slides. People, whether it's a government official, an investor, they don't that much have time that they will be going through 10 slides of your presentation. So don't make presentation that much, yes, but the content of the presentation should be very short, crisp, and best, because on basis of that only they will be going through it. I can say probably that this is the best. The content should be basically very attractive, I can say. Okay, so that is how the presentation can be made. Okay, now going back to the more questions apart from the presentation. How do I determine, Chandan Kumar, how do I determine whether I'm capable of starting a business or not? Chandan, I'll just say one thing. It doesn't matter. You cannot, introspect yourself, and you cannot say whether you are capable of starting a business or not. There are only two things when you start a business, when you start a startup. Those two things are, either you will learn, you won't get failed. So don't worry about it. You will either learn or you will succeed. These are the only two possibilities. It doesn't matter whether you are capable enough to start a business or not. There are only two things. Okay, so we didn't get any help or mentorship from our incubators after the registration. What should we do next? Palak, what you can do is you can definitely reach out to me, and I'll try my level best to help you with the mentorship, probably from the incubation centers. And if not, probably the incubators are not helping you, then there are tons and tons of mentors available in different state governments or the central government. So for example, if you'll go onto the Startup India website, there has like what I can say, there have me as a registered mentor, so you can definitely approach me, and there are more than thousands of mentors available on Startup India. And then if you are going to the state government, they have also registered about the mentors, so you can easily approach the mentors if the incubation centers are not helping you out. Ayush Tiwari, how important is networking? If it is important, how to increase it and find right people? Ayush, I frankly to tell you, networking is very, very important. If you're not able to network, talk to the people around, then probably I can say your startup is not in a great move ahead, because networking can only build your characteristics. Networking can only build your networking only can give you the acceptance of your product, your service. Networking can only give you the right set of feedback. And networking, you can do it in different ways. You can talk to the people. So for example, one networking nowadays are very easy by just going on attending the webinar. So for example, if you have a startup, you can definitely there are people to brand who can do brand about their startup. So you can just in the chat itself, you can write it down, guys, you can just check my website. This is my website, please give me a feedback for this. So definitely there will be you can do virtual networking by attending the webinars, or by being as a speaker yourself to different sessions out there if you are a good speaker. And then yes, attending the network, you can attend the events, the events which are happening physically. You can talk to people, and don't miss any person, whether they are investor, they are giving you whether they are useful for you or not. They will definitely give you some feedback. Either they will criticize you, or either they will appreciate you. If they are criticizing you, then you should actually acknowledge it and appreciate it. Trust me guys, if anyone is criticizing, you can take it into a very positive way, which will help you to grow more, right? So you can network in two different ways, again, virtual networking and physical networking, attending the webinars or maybe attending the events out there. And for any startup, networking is very, very important. Okay, probably guys, the time is not left exactly. Mfl Educlub will kill me if I'll go more on more. So Mfl Educlub has actually given one feedback link. It's just my request. If you have, like this session, if you have liked the organizing session, good, then probably please, it's a request. Go on and, click on that link. Give good feedback about your session, about 1 hour, what you have, what you have learned and what you haven't learned. And also, guys, you can connect with me as well directly. My name is very unique, Akarshan Sethi. You can definitely connect me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even on Snapchat, even on Twitter. So you can, just log into any of these social media accounts and search about my name. You will get me. You can, message me. I'm very, very active, and I will be able to, help you with your startup. And if there is any startup who is looking to raise funds, they can actually. So I'm currently working with a venture capitalist firm named as Simbex Ventures. So you can definitely, if you want investment, you can approach me as well. I'll help you to raise few funds as well. If you are at the scalable level, as I earlier said, that scalability matters. It doesn't. If you are at the ideation prototype stage, then also I will be able to help you indirectly. That I'll try to make sure that you get the government funds, you get a proper mentorship from the mentors. So you can definitely approach me. Any kind of confusion you have or any challenges you are facing in your startup, you can help me. You can take the contact details of of mine from MFL Educlub, and you can definitely give me a feedback of how was the session all about. And if you want to learn more, you can definitely connect with me on the particular like as an individual as well. So no worries at all. I hope it was a good session. Anyone would like to ask anything else? We still have like 2-3 minutes as well. Thank you, Chandan. Thank you, Vishal. You have given me a good feedback. Chandan is like, don't go. Sorry, guys. I would like to end this session. You please give the right feedback. And what are some of the mistakes you wish you could have avoided? See, I'm saying what happened, it happened. We cannot overchange the mistakes. We definitely would have learned from the mistakes we have done. So it's a request that whatever mistakes you have done is done, but learn about it, and then probably it's a request that learn and implement it for the next step. That whether you are not able to get a proper mentor, or whether you're not able to get a proper investor, maybe something is lacking in your behind that, or you're not able to pitch them the right set of your idea or product, or your pitch deck is not right. So probably learn from it and understand it, self introspected, which is very, very important, and I'm sure you will be able to succeed. And I hope MFL Educlub will invite me again for a webinar session, and that time I can help you with how to scale up your startup. And also I can help you with if you have any questions apart from today's questions that time, so you can definitely ask me as well for the next session. And please, guys, it's a request. Last thing which I like to say: stay at home, take care. This is the right time probably to start your startup, because it doesn't matter when you register your company. It matters how you have registered it, what is the market validation, what is the how you have utilized this situation well or not. So this is very, very important. And now you all of you has good amount of time. Utilize this time wisely. Start your startup. Whatever mistakes you have done, try to solve it by introspecting yourself, and try again I'll say, try, you will succeed. That is for sure, you will succeed. And I hope next time whenever I'm talking to you guys, you will be today I'm talking to the unicorns, probably I can say, and next time probably I will be talking to more of unicorns. So thank you so much, guys. Anything else you would definitely like to ask anything, or you would like to say anything, please say. Please, I will definitely share the presentation with MFL Educlub, you guys, and you can share it with the all the attendees. And yes, thank you, MFL. You have given my LinkedIn profile in the chat as well, so you can definitely connect me on LinkedIn. And I hope we'll get connected again. And whatever thing you would like to ask me, you please ask me. You can take MFL Educlub help as well. They are into the mentorship. They are actually a platform. They are a community who help the aspiring entrepreneurs. So definitely you can get connected with them, and they will definitely help you a lot. So thank you so much once again. Uh,
Thanks, Akarshan. It was awesome session, very interactive.
Thank you so
No?
much. And I'm actually, just going through the question and answers also, and the chat. In the chat, there are. It's a lovely, to see that there are people who have so many questions, because when people have questions, they mean they have tried something or they are trying
Right,
something. So
right,
it's a
right. And it
great
was
thing.
no PPT, nothing, no
Yeah.
presentation, completely question answer based. So awesome session,
Thank
Akarshan.
you so much.
Looking
Thank you.
forward to have another one soon with you.
Definitely,
And
definitely. I would love it.
students are also eager for that. People, I
Yeah.
see people posting in the chat. So
Yes.
yeah, guys, please give the feedback in the link shared, and
Yeah.
any question you have, you can post it in our YouTube channel. You can email us and we'll get you connected with the mentor. The PPT will be shared with you all. We already have a WhatsApp group, so we'll be sharing there, or email as well.
I'll be sharing one PPT with you guys regarding the problem, definition, exactly how to, see the problem, see the challenges, and how you can solve it while starting up a startup. So I have a presentation ready from my end.
Great, great.
So I will send it to you guys, and you can actually share it over the email to all the registered participants.
Sure, sure, Akarshan. We'll do that right away after you share. So we'll
Yep.
be sharing. So guys, please fill the feedback form. Let us know how you feel. What are the topics you're looking forward next? And we also have our YouTube channel with MFL Educlub, wherein we're streaming this one also, and we have a couple of other interesting sessions also. So go through it whenever you have time, and let us know your feedback.
Yep.
Thank,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much, everyone.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Piers. And thank you for a wonderful organization of this webinar.
thanks, Akarshan.
Thank you. Take care,
Great to
guys.
meet you.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.